why. How have I made a part 3 of this? How has Lego made over 15, yes, 15 remakes, bad remakes? What happened? And they're still doing it to this day. Like, check out my landing craft pre-review. You'll see what I'm talking about. Hello, it's Mountain Dew, and today we're gonna do part 3 of the worst Lego minifigure remakes. Let's just get this over with. Let's start off with Barris Offee. The original one from 2010 was a nice, well-effectable minifigure until they remade her in 2013. Now, I like all the little extra printing on her and all of that, but the thing that just ends up killing the minifigure for me is the fact that they didn't even use legs. Like, Jedi, like, even though she does have a robe in the movie, it just looks better when it's legs, because it just makes her more posable, and it just makes her look so much better to me. But other than that, everything else is pretty good. It's just the legs that kill me. So she's really high on the list. Next up is the 2015 Old Han Solo minifigure. This minifigure was well executed and represented Harrison Ford's character perfectly until they remade him in 2017 with the UCS Millennium Falcon with that older and uglier face. I just don't understand why they had to do this. The original one was nice, well, and effective. And the only good part about it, to me personally, is the secondary face you get with that minifigure. And this is because this is the only time we get that face print. So you have to get the ugly face to get the good face, you know what I mean? And so he's also high on the list. Next up at number 3, we have the Scout Trooper. Now this is going to start when I'm going to get pretty ranty. Now, the older one, when you took off the helmet, there was like this cool razor blade with the minifigure face, and they didn't even bother to do it with the new one. I like the new printing on the new one on the body, but they still haven't bothered to upgrade his helmet. You literally have to turn it around in order to like get the make the helmet actually look good. And they used to use the same face as the stormtroopers, and it looks really bad. So when you take off the helmet, you may be really disgusted. I'm surprised they didn't even bother to like print it onto the helmet, the razor, just like what they did with the snowtroopers. Next up is the Royal Guard. This is the early one from 2001, and it still looks good to me in my personal opinion. It had the correct staff in my personal opinion, and it had red all over it, which is really good. Then we got the 2008. They changed his hands to black. That's not a big of a deal, but the big issue is the one that we get in 2014. They gave him total brown arms, which they could have just stuck with only arms as brown, and they totally ruined his staff. His staff does not look like a lightsaber in the movie. It looks more, the earlier version. It's just, and they didn't even bother to switch like the razor thing on his helmet to like make it printed. They just went with like a black head again. Weak. And drumroll praise, the number 1 worst Lego minifigure remake is I mean, how could it not be? Why does Lego always just constantly hang on Ben Kenobi or Obi-Wan? They're always making bad minifigures of him. The first one from 2012 or 2011 was just totally fine, but the problem is, the first problem, they made him a ginger. He does not have red hair in the movie. It's brown, so it's definitely inaccurate. They're just constantly making him more inaccurate as they just continue on. And another thing, it's time for a new hairpiece. Enough with that whole braid thing with that Luke Skywalker hairstyle. He does not have that hair. His hair is a lot shorter in the movie when they just made it longer in the movie. So, yeah. So, it's just been the same ever since they started. So just, whatever you do, Lego, please make a new hairpiece. Whatever you do, please. Whew, we finally got our way out of the list. I hope I never have to make another one of these videos again. I'll see you next time. I'm done.